Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's another Movie Star Monday. Guess who I'm talking to today? Do you know? Going to be visiting with Alex Kendrick, and he's got a new movie coming out called Like Arrows, and it's going to be in theaters in May for a special, just a few night event. And we got a sneak preview of it. It's actually kind of cool. Kind of chronicles this same couple as they go through their entire life. A lot of different people playing the same characters because they have little kids. They get older. Going to be visiting with Alex Kendrick. He's in many faith-based films. He's been in the movie Courageous. He's been in Mom's Night Out. He's been in just a whole bunch of great movies. And we're going to be visiting with Alex for our Movie Star Monday today. Got a quote from Robert Frost. "The best way out is always through." I like that. The best way out is always through. A little quote from Robert Frost. Thanks for listening on a Movie Star Monday.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner trying to do your own website, maybe it's time to get help. Or if you don't even have a website, it's definitely time for help. It's 2018. This internet thing is here to stay. At 49bydesign.com, we offer a simple plan to get you online for just $49 a month with no setup fee. This includes a website with the hosting and domain name included in the price. We have larger packages available, but this will get you online so people can find you in 2018. We're affordable by design at 49bydesign.com. That's 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is Monday, April the 23rd. Today is National Cherry Cheesecake Day. Ooh, we got to celebrate.
I love cheesecake.
I think I could do that. It's also National Lost Dog Awareness Day. We're going to come back to that in a second. National Picnic Day.
I love picnics.
Oh, yeah, I do too. National Take a Chance Day. National Talk Like Shakespeare Day. How do you do that?
I don't know. I don't
Do you say
talk like
a lot? Just kidding. I don't think Shakespeare used the word I'm pretty sure he didn't.
Pretty sure.
To be or not to be. That's a little Shakespeare. I'm sure there's more. I just don't know it all. Coming back to the Lost Dog Awareness Day, do you find it amazing that in 2018, if you lose a dog, you still post a little post, like a note on a fence post or whatever, or
Unless
street
you
post?
put some sort of a creepy science microchip in your pet so you can track it.
There's some people that do that. I just think it's interesting. We still do. I saw a lost dog poster the other day. I was walking in a store and there was a lost dog. I was like, it is crazy. It's 2018. We're still doing that. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing, but that's what you're celebrating today on this 23rd day of April.
John and Heidi.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-818-3967. 800-818-3967. That's 800-818-3967. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
John and Heidi.
Coming up, we've got your brain on drugs, but first, former House Speaker John Boehner announced that he's reversed his position on marijuana use after years of campaigning against it. Now he says he's okay with it, and he's a shareholder in a marijuana company. So,
Well,
notice I said former House Speaker. So he's like, I'm all done with political stuff. Now we're going to get into the drug biz. You know, it's interesting, some of the people who are investing in marijuana stuff. There's a guy that I know that is a good Christian man that goes to my church, and he invested in a thing. It's in a state where it's legal, you know, but he invested in that. And I was amazed by that. I was like, really? You are? He goes, yeah, it's legal. I'm like, yeah, okay, I guess it is. But former House Speaker John Boehner is now a shareholder in a marijuana company. So just not something you typically would put with the guy who was, you know, against it for all those years. Coming up, we do have your brain on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Each day at this time, we talk about people doing dumb things under the influence, but addiction is no laughing matter. If you or someone you know needs help, there's a toll-free number you can call.
1-800-438-0380.
That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline.
1-800-438-0380.
And this is your brain on drugs. A couple who met on a Virgin, I think that's kind of ironic, Virgin Atlantic jet traveling from London to Cancun were caught in the bathroom joining the Mile High Club. I hadn't caught the fact that that's the flight that it was on. Stunned passengers watched as the seemingly drunk woman began chatting up her fellow flyers moments after they boarded a 747 at Gatwick Airport in London. After sharing a smooch, the pair darted into the economy cabin bathroom halfway through the 11-hour flight to Cancun. Soon, 3 stewardesses, they don't call them that anymore. That's what it says. 3 flight attendants, I'm sorry, I'll update the story for 2018, were banging on the door demanding they come out. The crew finally got the door open, found the man with his pants down, the woman sitting on the toilet seat. They returned to the seat. The woman was involved in a fight with a female pal and was accused of throwing drinks around the cabin. The pilot radioed ahead. Police met them when they landed in Mexico. Officers boarded and marched the woman off with her bags. Virgin Atlantic told The Sun they have banned her from all future flights. What about the guy? I hope he got in trouble, too. I mean, she wasn't in there alone.
Well, maybe they weren't arrested for that. Maybe she was arrested for being violent on the plane and throwing drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's illegal to do that.
I don't know. It's just a bad idea. We'll put it that way. And that is the bizarre kind of thing that happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. J-Lo and A-Rod have invested in a $15.3 million penthouse in Manhattan. It's the world's tallest apartment building. That's kind of cool.
That's insane, that much money for an apartment.
It's a lot. I can't imagine.
There's no way I could live. That's just so expensive.
It is. Hey, Netflix, march to the worldwide domination is rolling along quite well. The streaming video service has now hit 125 million members earlier this year. In the U.S., Netflix has almost 57 million subscribers. Their stocks have shot to an all-time high. So a lot of folks are likened to Netflix and chill. So 125 million members with users and passwords, but 7 billion people that use it. They all just share those 125 million memberships. Marvel Comics legend Stan Lee is suing his ex-manager for fraud and for stealing his blood. What the what?
Stealing his blood?
Yeah,
I think he's read a few too many of his own comics.
I was not quite ready for that part of the story, but there it is. He fraud and stealing his blood. Wow.
I think maybe.
That is just weird. I don't know what's going on there, but there you go. This has been your Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Now, your scoop of the day, courtesy of 49bydesign.com. A recent survey from GE Appliances, they polled 1,500 people, and they found 27% only change their bed sheets once a month, and 11% wait longer than a month to change their bed sheets. I have to ask my beautiful bride. I notice every once in a while we have different sheets in there. Is it, do you...
It's not once a month.
Do you do it, is it based on a calendar, or what is it based on? It's like...
I don't know. I think people who say they're changing them once a month are lying.
Like,
That can't be.
Change it once a month. It's probably all how they ask the question. They're like, okay, there's some disgusting people who hardly ever change their sheets. Do you change your sheets how often? Like once a week, once a month? They're like, yeah, it's like once a month. I can tell you this. Before I got married, I don't think I ever changed my bed sheets. I remember we got married, you're changing the sheets. I'm like, oh, those things come off? I didn't
We change them when we move.
I've got a link to the story. It'll be interesting to see if other people want to chime in on that. A Tennessee Air National Guard has removed a young lady from her position after she used a dinosaur puppet on her hand to recite her enlistment oath. Not exactly sure what that was all about, but she's been removed from her post.
Why?
I don't know. That's
She
kind of weird.
sounds like fun.
A Texas teen took his mother to the prom because she was not able to go to her own prom.
Oh,
so he said, Mom, I'm taking you to the prom.
Sweet.
That is really cool.
that?
I think that's really neat. According to a new study, Los Angeles ranked as one of the country's most polluted cities. So it's not just trash that's coming out on TV and movie from that town. Apparently they have it all around them. So Again, Los Angeles, most polluted city in America. One of the most polluted cities in America. There's a man that is on trial. This was on Thursday. He was on trial for rape, and he said he could not have been the one that committed the crime because I'm a good-looking guy, and these victims, they're saying the victim there, she's 300 pounds. It couldn't have been me. What the? Doesn't matter if you're a good-looking guy. If you raped the lady, you raped the lady. I mean, so he's saying because she's heavy and I'm so darn cute, I couldn't have possibly done that. That's your defense? Really?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a very good defense.
DNA will prove otherwise.
And I'm going to see. I was thinking I don't think I have it now. I lost it. I had a story in here somewhere about Bill Cosby's trial, too. I don't know. That might be in the... Yeah, we'll probably get to it later this week. I have so darn much stuff to read. I don't have time to get it all in one day. 5 Phi Kappa Phi fraternity brothers had to plead guilty in Florida, the Florida State University there. They had a student hazing that went awry, and a kid died from alcohol poisoning.
Oh, no.
How sad is that? That is so sad. And I've never done the whole hazing thing. I've never really been involved in that. I know I've worked at places where they'll kind of pick on you a little bit when you start there. It's all in good fun. But all in good fun doesn't hurt anybody. When it gets to a point where people are getting hurt, or in a case like this where they die, there really needs to be somebody looking into that, because you're going, okay, how could that happen?
Yeah, I've hazed myself and gotten alcohol poisoning, but I've never had anybody kind of force me into doing something.
And a pygmy sperm whale passed away and washed up on a beach in Florida. So what is a pygmy sperm whale?
I don't know, a tiny sperm whale?
I don't know. I'll have to see. I've got a link to the story. I'll have to check it out. And then one last thing here. A man wearing a mask and carrying a knife was arrested outside of the Beverly Hills home of Taylor Swift recently. Does she have weird things attached to her all the time? She
does. I saw this story online, and it said that there was something shocking in his car, and you won't believe what it was, and I didn't care enough to read the story. That was just the headline. So there was something shocking in his car.
It was probably the knife. He was wearing a mask and had a knife. Maybe the knife was in his car.
I don't know.
You don't do the clickbait stuff?
No.
You know, the ones that I don't like are the ones where they say
next page. No,
I don't like those either. I don't like any of them. But when there's like a story and it says 10 things that whatever, and it says you'll never believe number 6, and then I'm like, well, now I got to click and see what number 6 is.
You got all the way to number 6 and it's nothing. It's like, well,
that was stupid. You guys tricked me again.
Losers.
Foiled again by Facebook. All right, this has been your Scoop of the Day, courtesy of 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Do you have ideas for t-shirt designs, but you don't have a clue how to print them? Or maybe you'd like to have t-shirts and coffee mugs available to buy online with your business logo printed on them. There's a website that makes it easy. We set ours up in about 10 minutes. There's no sign-up fee, no minimum orders, no monthly fees. It's just a really easy way to put some cool items online for sale, and you get paid every time somebody buys them. You don't have to print or ship anything. Just sign up, upload your designs, and then let people know where they can get your cool stuff. More details available at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We have our Movie Star Monday series continuing right now. We have Alex Kendrick. He is a filmmaker. He's also in many, many films, and he's got a film that's coming out called Like Arrows. First of all, Alex, thank you for joining us. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, John. Hope you're doing well.
We are. Thank you again for joining us on the program here. Like Arrows is a special event that's going to be in theaters on May 1st and May 3rd. Let's talk a little bit about how that whole project came together.
Absolutely. You know, we have some friends at Family Life, the ministry in Arkansas, and Dennis Rainey and Bob Lapine called my brothers and I and said, hey, we've got this idea for a video curriculum called The Art of Parenting. They had done The Art of Marriage years ago and had over 1 million people watch it, and so now they're working on Art of Parenting. So as part of that, they asked us to help them develop 6 small mini-movies that would kind of illustrate the points of the curriculum. And as we began putting those together, we realized, wow, these could be put together in an entire feature film. So that's what we did, and we have this movie called Like Arrows that follows a 50-year journey of raising children from the moment that they're born all the way to the parents' 50th wedding anniversary, and you kind of see the legacy, the ups and downs, the mistakes, and the successes of parenting, and we try to address so many of the common things that we see in our culture today with parents very heartwarming, very humorous, and insightful. We think it's going to be really encouraging for people to see this project.
Now, this is a special thing that's going to be happening again on May 1st and May 3rd through Fathom Events. Is it in theaters all over the country or just in special locations?
Yeah, it's going to be in about 800 theaters around the country, and you can go see it much like you go see a normal movie, except it has to be May 1st or 3rd. And so it's just those 2 days, and when people come, we're treating it almost like a live event, like you're going to a live concert event or something like that. So you can find out if it's playing in your local theater. You can go to Fandango, get tickets already. But the movie comes out May 1st and May 3rd. Like Arrows is the name of it. And then following that, the video curriculum, The Art of Parenting, is something that any couple or church group or small group could do over a 6-week period. And it's just a really encouraging, insightful way to invest and learn how to capture the heart of your children and the best biblical techniques for raising them. And so we're really excited about that part too.
Well, I had a chance to do a sneak preview of the movie Like Arrows, and I'm amazed at how the characters change throughout the movie. And I don't think I've ever seen a film where you've had the same person played by so many people, because they'll have Danny, Ronnie at age 2, Ronnie at age 7, all these different things. So I watched the credits just to see how many people did it take, and I noticed there were a lot of the same names, last names for a bunch of these. So there were a lot of families that came together for a lot of the scenes where you needed people sitting together. And it looked to me like it was whole groups of families. So this is a really neat project that involved a bunch of families while you were building it too.
Oh, that's exactly right. And it was fun having a daughter playing a character, and then later on her mother plays the character as an older person, or the same thing for dads. And of course, we had so many families actually take part in this. It was a family effort putting this together, and it was just a great joy to watch it come together. It came together better than we thought it would, because it started off as a curriculum, ended up as a feature film, and we loved the way it came out. We trust that a lot of people will find encouragement and inspiration when they see it.
And the movie title, Like Arrows, I didn't understand what that was at first, because I was watching and I was thinking, what does that mean, like arrows? But by the time the movie was done, you absolutely understand. It's tied into the curriculum that you were talking about.
Exactly. And the scripture refers in Proverbs to children being like arrows in a warrior's quiver. In other words, I will go so far in life, but my children will see days that I will never see. And so when I fire that arrow and to a distance and to a place that I may never see, it's like sending my children along. And so how do you sharpen and prepare an arrow to hit the target? So that's what this movie's about. How do you help shape the heart, the mind, and the life and the views of your children to accomplish all that God wants for them to accomplish? And so when Scripture says children are like an arrow in your quiver, that's kind of the idea of developing and sharpening these arrows to hit the target and to help the children to have a future that is hopeful, that's God-honoring, and that accomplishes everything they need to. And so we think it's just a great perspective on raising kids.
Absolutely. Again, the movie is called Like Arrows, a special theater event happening through Fathom Events at select theaters throughout the country, May 1st and May 3rd. All of the details at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Alex, thank you again, sir.
God bless you. Good to talk to you.
And again, if you'd like more information, I've got a link to it on our social media. Thanks for listening to another Movie Star Monday.
John and Heidi.
In a world that constantly tells you you're not good enough,
12 easy ways to lose weight now.
It's easy to start believing that. I'm Amanda Johnson. I have a new perspective on the self-help genre. My book, Becoming Enough, A Heroine's Journey to the Already Perfect Self, will guide you to find your own happiness. Learn to block out the distractions of what the world thinks and learn to be happy with who you truly are. Becoming Enough. Available now on Amazon, or learn more at amandajohnson.tv.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
When a possum are playing possum, they're not playing. They're actually passing out from sheer terror.
Oh.
So to play possum would be to really pass out. Like you get
poor
so afraid
things.
you faint. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Snakes are true carnivores, as they eat nothing but other animals. They do not eat any type of plant material. So snakes won't have a salad, ever. I must be part snake.
You eat salad.
I know, but only when you make me. You're like, you gonna eat some of this salad as I'm
Eat
over there
some salad.
getting ready to grab another burger. I'm like, yeah, I was just getting ready to grab. was just moving this burger out of the way so I could get to that salad. Couple of fun facts right there, courtesy of learnwithoutloans.com.
If you're a business owner trying to do your own website, maybe it's time to get help. Or if you don't even have a website, it's definitely time for help. It's 2018. This internet thing is here to stay. At 49bydesign.com, we offer a simple plan to get you online for just $49 a month with no setup fee. This includes a website with the hosting and domain name included in the price. We have larger packages available, but this will get you online so people can find you in 2018. We're affordable by design at 49bydesign.com. That's 49bydesign.com.
It's time now for the grandiloquent word of the day. Now, I want to make sure I tell you guys something. If you go to our show notes blog, you're going to see it just says word of the day. I'm still on the fence on whether or not we're going to keep it the grandiloquent word. Nothing against the grandiloquent word people, but some of these words are just too hard for me to say. If you're listening, grandiloquent word people, you are way more smarter than me. I don't know how to say half of this stuff. Like this one here. Petrichor, or maybe it's petrichor. I don't know if you pronounce the E. Probably petrichor. Petrichor. I'm never going to use this word. Are you going to use this word? Petrichor?
No. Is it a seed?
No, it is a noun. It is a pleasant smell that frequently accompanies the first rain after a long period of warm, dry weather.
I love that smell.
I do too. I love petrichor, but I'm never going to say the word. I won't even remember that one.
No.
So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to use a different...
It would be nice to have words that we can actually use in a sentence.
Well, like dictionary.com has a word of the day, and then there's a bunch of different words of the day. And this one here is, we've been using this now for what, like 4 months, 5 months, something like that? And I like it. It's been fun, but you'll notice on the show notes blog, it doesn't say grandiloquent word. I have a link to theirs, but I don't have it branded that way because I'm on the fence of whether or not... We might just start switching it up and do these once in a while from grandiloquent people and then some other ones that you might actually use once in a while. I'm just saying. This has been your grandiloquent word of the day.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Now, some weird news for you on this Monday. A northern Indiana man faces child porn charges. That's not good. After an investigation that started with allegations that he tried to blow up his neighbor's car.
Whoa!
Yeah.
That escalated quickly.
It did. His neighbor's car was wired to explode.
Jeez.
He disconnected wires from a light in the car and ran them into the gas tank, which would have caused the vehicle to explode.
Oh, my God.
In the course of the arrest, bomb-making materials were discovered. Officers also seized some computers and hard drives and cameras and cell phones. It took months for the feds to investigate, to gather all the evidence and everything. A search of the fraction of the devices revealed 24,000 images of suspected child pornography and over 80 videos of child pornography. He's now charged with possession of and production of child pornography.
Oh, my gosh. Maybe that's why he blew his neighbor up. Maybe his neighbor found out he was doing this.
Well, he didn't blow the neighbor up, but he was going to, if I understand correctly.
Maybe his neighbor knew.
Yeah, he knows too much. He must get blown up.
Wow.
Bad idea all around. But that's why this is today's weird
As
news.
if the police wouldn't have investigated a car exploding.
Yeah. What happened? No clue. Notice that there's a bunch of evidence sitting in your driveway here.
Such a stupid idea.
Gas cans and spools of wire. Yeah, wasn't me. All right, this has been your weird news. Time now for the moment of duh on this Monday. Richardson, Texas, 32-year-old man there by the name of Ryan McFowle was arrested after being ID'd as the man who was shooting out church windows with a BB gun.
Oh,
because here's why. He was angry at a driver who cut him off.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, let's go shoot up a church.
Yeah. He was identified and reviewed the church's security footage, and they said, oh, yeah, that's him. He admitted that after he was cut off by another driver in the church parking lot, he became irate. He took out his BB gun and began shooting at the church's windows out of anger. Pellets from the gun broke through the outer pane of the double-paned window but did not reach the inside of the building. In his confession, he told the police he was not trying to hurt anyone. He was just trying to cause damage to the church property. Why?
Better go to another confession as well.
Yeah, I just don't understand what he was doing there. That is a bad plan right there. It's a really bad plan.
I mean, I could see him, if he's that angry and has road rage, I could see him maybe trying to shoot at the car that cut him off.
Don't do that. Don't give him any ideas.
But I'm just saying, this doesn't
why
even
the
make
third
sense.
party? Yeah, I don't know. That's why it's today's moment of duh.
John and Heidi.
In a world that constantly tells you you're not good enough,
12 easy ways to lose weight now.
it's easy to start believing that. I'm Amanda Johnson. I have a new perspective on the self-help genre. My book, Becoming Enough, A Heroine's Journey to the Already Perfect Self, will guide you to find your own happiness. Learn to block out the distractions of what the world thinks and learn to be happy with who you truly are. Becoming Enough, available now on Amazon, or learn more at amandajohnson.tv.
John and Heidi.
Time now for Fake News or Florida. This is either something that really truly happened in the state of Florida or it's something that we just made up. And Heidi has to try to determine which is the case. You ready for this?
I am ready.
All right. She's been practicing, by the way. She's been practicing really, really well. So here's the Fake News or Florida story for today. A woman was caught shoplifting at a Walmart after she stashed food inside her therapy dog's sweater. Fake news or Florida?
Fake news.
That is fake news. I thought you were going to probably buy that one. I thought you were going to think that was for real. Because that does sound like something you could do. There's probably somebody listening right now looking at their therapy dog going, probably stuff some things in there. All right, this has been Fake News or Florida. Again, no disrespect to the great state of Florida. It's just a silly little thing we like to do. And I've got a link to this and all of our other fun stuff on our show notes blog at johnandheidishow.com. Good news on the way.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
Time now for good news. We always like to wrap things up around here with good news. It's a good way to end the show, Heidi.
It is. I agree.
Positive, uplifting note. I mean, after some of the silly things we talk about, we need to redeem ourselves. And a big thank you to our friends at Odiva, by the way. They are the monthly subscription service for ladies only. All the details at radiosavings.com. Here's the headline. I think you sent this to me. Family says goodbye to dad, put in a coma by one punch. 2 days after they pull the plug, he wakes up. Do you remember this?
I think so.
It says Bo Short's friends and family had already said their goodbyes. Melbourne dad of 3 was leaving his friend's engagement party back in November of last year when he was assaulted. He was trying to stop a fight between some friends and passerbys, and he was hit. The single punch knocked him to the ground where he hit his skull on the concrete and went into a coma. And there he laid for quite some time. Dozens of friends and family paid their visits, paid their last respects. Everybody thought for sure he was done for. He was only 35. After 26 days in this coma, they said, okay, we're going to remove the life support. It doesn't look like he's going to pull out of this. After 2 days, though, doctors had turned off the life support, and then the guy wakes up. And it says at first his thoughts were quite confusing. He said, I woke up in a hospital. I didn't know where I was or what I was doing there. I was dazed and all over the shop. I don't know what that means. I didn't know anything. I broke down crying. I thought it was a big joke. Then I realized I was lying in a hospital bed. So he wanted to get up and go. He said, I just wanted to get home. But he was in a coma for all that time. They finally thought, we have nothing more we can do. We need to pull the plug. We need to let him go. And
crazy?
Then he comes back. It's amazing. It says, there's a reason why I'm here. I don't know what the reason is. It just was not my time yet. I've got a link to this story in our show notes blog. What a great story, though. I mean, it's sad that it
just
happened
goes to show
at all.
you, we aren't in control. We don't know what's going to happen.
And when they made the decision saying, hey, we're done, I guess it's over. Well, guess again.
No, it's not.
You're wrong. I think that's really a cool story, and I hope he does something significant with the rest of his life. Sounds like a good guy anyway. He was trying to break up a fight, and then he got knocked out. It's not like he was in the fight. He just accidentally stepped in to help people. But no, I think it's cool. Again, I've got a link to that story on our show notes blog at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
Time now for the bonus break on the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Today, we've got a special guest joining us. We have Sarah joining us from Keystone Meats, and today is a special day. It's National Picnic Day. How you doing, Sarah?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing really good. Now, with National Picnic Day being today, some places it doesn't feel like Picnic Day because, it seems like spring isn't quite here yet for everybody. But for those who want to go out and do a picnic today, do you have some good tips for those folks?
I do. So National Picnic Day, I know we're coming out of winter and having a hard time with spring, but it's a good time to start to think about those picnics as we're heading into warmer months. And, there's a lot of things that you can do to prepare. So, you want to have your list. You have your checklist. So important. So conserve the coldness of your desserts by putting them at the bottom of the basket. And you can also, keep frozen water bottles at the bottom basket as well. So they kind of double as an ice because they melt. They're, a nice drink.
Nice. That's a really good idea.
Yeah. So that really helps. And then as it melts, you have some really cold water. That's nice too. You can keep hot foods hot by wrapping them in aluminum foil, keeping them in a separate cooler. And if you're picnicking with the kids, make sure you're bringing plenty of napkins and also some handy wipes. And speaking of the kids, you can bring fun handheld games to play so that everyone is entertained. And of course, don't forget to pack a pillow and bring a hat for shade. And don't forget the stuff to make your campfire, right?
Yeah.
Forget, the matches, or you're in trouble.
Otherwise, you're sitting there with no way. And then you have to MacGyver your way into it after that.
Yes, I think you would have to.
So, again, today is National Picnic Day, and again, our guest is Sarah Walters. She is with Keystone Meats. Now, you guys have a lot of different products that would probably be pretty darn easy to take along for anything like a picnic because it's already pre-cooked, it's in a can, it's ready to go. All I need to do is open it, and you can open that on a picnic or in a kitchen, can't you?
Yeah, that's right. Keystone Meats really make it easy to cut down your recipe time and to make it easy to make those delicious recipes while you're out picnicking because, let's face it, it's all about the food.
It is all about the food. And if you would like to find recipes for National Picnic Day, they've got that at KeystoneMeats.com. And I'm going to throw a link on our show notes blog and our social media so you can go there and find all the things you need for National Picnic Day. Sarah, thank you again for chatting with us again. Today is National Picnic Day. Get out there and celebrate if the weather's nice in your neighborhood. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.